Hello and welcome. I am glad you have joined us. I'm Alexandra, your instructor and a senior technical trainer here at Microsoft. I have been teaching for over 10 years with a current focus on data and AI courses. I live in Paris and I speak 5 languages. So feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn if you would like to learn more or just say hello. I'm here to walk you through the course Create Agents in Microsoft Copilot Studio. In this session, we'll cover an introduction to autonomous agents. In this session, we will explore how to build an autonomous agent using Copilot Studio. Specifically, you will learn how to transform routine tasks into intelligent, automated workflows. We will walk through the core concepts behind autonomous agents, look at real-world use cases, and guide you through hands-on experience and exercises to help you build and deploy your own autonomous agent effectively. So let's get started with this session. As always, everything we'll cover today is available on Microsoft Learn. You can access the full content using the link displayed on your screen. It's a great resource to revisit and deepen your understanding after the session. Let's begin by defining what an autonomous agent is in Copilot Studio. As I mentioned in our first session, an autonomous agent is an AI-powered solution designed to manage, orchestrate, and automate complex business tasks. These agents proactively support workflows, reduce manual effort, and adapt to changing conditions. By streamlining tasks like data processing, decision support, and workflow automation, autonomous agents enhance efficiency and innovation, complementing human expertise while minimizing the need for constant intervention. Autonomous agents operate independently using pre-built or custom triggers available in Copilot Studio. They are designed to automate long-running processes, follow human-defined guardrails, and request assistance when needed. Advanced agents can even orchestrate other agents to manage more complex workflows. As a builder, you define the instruction, knowledge, and actions that guide the agent behavior, ensuring it stays aligned with your goals and business logic. An autonomous agent follows a continuous 6-stage cycle that enables us to operate intelligently and independently. It begins with the trigger activation, where the agent kicks off a task based on predefined conditions. Next is process automation, allowing the agent to carry out tasks without human input. Then comes the guardrails, rules and boundaries that ensure the agent behaves safely and responsibly. If the agent encounters something it can handle, it will seek assistance, reaching out to a human for support. In more advanced scenarios, the agent can orchestrate other agents, coordinating multiple workflows across systems. Finally, the agent uses AI reasoning to make smarter decisions and continuously improve its performance over time. Now, let's explore how autonomous agents can be applied across different departments to spark innovation and streamline operations. In human resources, autonomous agents can automate recruitment workflows from screening CVs to scheduling interviews, ensuring faster turnaround and consistent candidate experience. For onboarding, agents can guide new hires through training modules, policy acknowledgements, reducing manual effort and improving engagement. In IT, agents can triage service task requests, reset passwords, and resolve common issues like software installations or access permissions. This frees up your IT team to focus on strategic initiatives, such as infrastructure upgrades or cybersecurity enhancements. In customer service, agents can respond instantly to common queries, escalate complex cases, and even personalize responses based on customer history. This leads to faster resolution times, improved satisfaction scores, and reduced workload for support teams. In finance or procurement, agents can automate invoice processing, track and purchase orders, and flag anomalies for review. They help maintain accuracy and compliance while keeping administrative tasks running smoothly. In sales, agents can identify potential leads by analyzing data, send follow-up emails, and even assist in preparing proposals. They support the sales cycle from prospecting to closing, allowing sales reps to focus on building relationships and closing deals. These are just a few examples of how autonomous agent can make a real impact across departments, accelerating productivity, reducing manual work, and enabling teams to focus on what matters most. To bring all of this to life, our final demo will show how to create an autonomous agent from scratch. You will get a hands-on look at how everything we have discussed comes together, from defining triggers and action to integrating knowledge and deploying the agent. In this demo, we'll create our autonomous agent, test, and deploy it. It will be a good summary of everything that we covered so far. As you now know, we'll go to Create section inside of Copilot Studio. We'll create an agent. It's a good recap of what we did at the beginning of our training. Inside of our Describe part, we can provide here some message. We'll create employee onboarding agent this time to see also how we can use it for human resources, for example. When we created it, it's pre-filled some information. Here you see the description and instruction were automatically done by our Copilot Studio. I can just rename it, call it Employee Onboarding Agent. I can also keep the description as it is. It's quite good. Support new employees through onboarding by providing guidance. Or if I want, I could also modify both and description and instruction part. So I can add here more specific instruction. You're an agent responsible for employee onboarding. After you receive an onboarding request from HR, validate it and send the employee details to the hiring manager for approval. When the hiring manager approves, forward the information to the IT and procurement teams so they can complete their respective task. After they finish the task, send the notification. So also this instruction somehow what we'll try to achieve in this demo. It's exactly the order of action that we will do, and we'll use different triggers and tools to do so. After we created our agent, we can find the main information about it on overview page. You also see that it's finishing setting up our agent. You'll wait a bit that it's fully updated. And while it's updating it, we can review the main information about the model and instructions that it's used. We also do see that AI orchestration was again enabled by default. And now when it's deployed, we can add here some data sources. I will use Dataverse this time. And I will select my employee table in which I will find information about my employees, their name, family name, email address. So I will use this data to trigger different actions. The idea here, as soon as a new employee is coming, it's receive some mails from human resources. And to do so, I need to have a source with the information about my employee so I can trigger my agent as soon as a new employee is added to our Dataverse table. The knowledge is added. This is good. We can check that it's available to the right agent inside of our knowledge section. And now, as we have our overview and knowledge checked, we can also go to our section inside of the overview that is just in the bottom part. Let me select here an option with our tools. right here. And inside of my tools, I will search for specific tools that I need. So it's send an email. And when I search for send an email, I will have an option related to Office 365 Outlook that will create this action. So again, our scenario, it's first to send a welcome mail to the new colleague. As we select a table, we can find the email address of new colleague. Now we'll select the connection to Office 365. So first I need to authenticate myself with my Office 365 account. I will just select my email address here that I use for this demonstration. And we can add it to agent if you want to add it directly. Or the second option will be add and configure to provide more details here. And also in connection string, you'll see the email address that you use. So first, we do have knowledge. We also parameter now our first tool, and we can set up the details about sending an email. We'll call it send an email to the hiring manager as the first name of our email that will be triggered by our agent. This section sends an email to the hiring manager requesting approval for employee onboarding. So we can start onboarding process. Here we also do have inputs and outputs that we can create for our mail. For a moment, I use AI to create this mail for me, but I can also be specific and parameter the exact text inside of this mail. And after we send the first mail, we can also set up the second one. The second mail will send the mail option as well. So we'll select again Office 365 Outlook to send a second email by our Outlook. This time it doesn't ask for connector because we already connected. And this time let's add it and configure. I will select the name for this action and this tool, send an email to the IT team for approval. So I will ask also the IT team an approval. And the third tool that we'll use, it will be send an email. I'll add and configure it. This is the request completed successfully. And we can rename it, send a final email to the employee with onboarding details. So 3 mails that we want automatically trigger by Office 365. They're all here, all enabled inside of the same employee onboarding agent. Also, if we want, we can come back to our overview section and check that we see all 3 of them here in the tools. And now it's time to add a trigger. The trigger will be as a new colleague is coming. It should somehow activate all those 3 actions. And to do so, we'll select when is a row is added, modified, or deleted. So it means the new colleague is coming, the new employer. The new row is added in our Microsoft Dataverse table, and it will activate the 3 mails that we just set up inside of our tools. So first, let's select the trigger type. It will be added. For sure, it could be also if, for example, the colleague is deleted, the line is deleted, the person is leaving, so also activate some actions here. But in our scenario, we just always focus on employee onboarding here. So we'll change type, we'll parameter change type as added. Title name is employee, scope is for the full organization, and we can use content from the Dataverse as the instruction. But this way you can also modify it from the row modify, delete it. If, for example, someone is changing department, we can also trigger some mails and so on. And after we are satisfied with our trigger, we can add our trigger. It could take a few seconds to be added. And it's time to test. So we have a notification. It's perfect. As our trigger was successfully added, we can close it. And We can also verify in overview sections that the trigger is right here. It's called when a new employee is added. And the second trigger that we'll add is we have a series of mails. We can also select it here. It will be when a new email arrives. We did select it. As soon as the mail arrives, we can trigger the next step. And in our case, it will be when a confirmation mail arrives from IT team. We will send it to the next step. Inside of parameters, when a new mail arrives, you do have different options as a folder, to whom you want to send, from who. You can also specify specific subject filter importance that will be parameter in Outlook. Or if you want, you can change those details in a separate tool on your trigger, or you can do all of it here. Two options are fully available, and as soon as we added our trigger, it will be again appearing in our trigger part. And when I told that you can edit it in a separate tool, I mean that you can always go to your Power Automate, and you'll also see this trigger in your Power Automate account. It's fully optional. You can set up this part in your Copilot Studio, or if you used to work more with triggers in Power Automate, feel free to parameter all those details in your Power Automate account. If you look here inside of my Power Automate, I do have the same flow and trigger inside when the confirmation mails arrive from IT team. I can set up it here. If you look on when a new mail arrives feature and we click on advanced options, we can select it from the advanced options right in the bottom part, as we can specify the specific folder for checking those new mails. It's fully up to you. You can set up it and save it here in advanced option, or you can fill all this option in Copilot Studio. This is just to show you that both of them are interconnected, and subject filter will be onboarding request for the employee. And when we're satisfied with all details here, we can save it. You see that it's saving on the top, a bit of a pub that it was saved. And we modify it here directly in Power Automate, and it will be reflected as well in our Copilot Studio trigger. Let's come back here. And to show you how to do the same in Copilot Studio, I will add another one when a new mail arrives, another trigger. But this time I will parameter it fully here. You'll see that the structure of the parameters is fully the same. And this trigger will be when a new email arrives, but it will be a different trigger because we will expect the approval from the manager. And this trigger will be when the manager approves a newcomer, a new employee. It will also send a mail. And subject filter will be account creation request for the new employee. So we have both and the actions and the triggers that will trigger those actions with parameter both inside of Copilot Studio. Adding this trigger. So now we'll have multiple actions and multiple triggers. This might take a bit of time, usually just a few seconds, and it's all good. We can close it. Just check that we do have our three tools. Send an email to IT for approval, send an email to the employee with onboarding details, and send an email to the hiring manager. And those tools will be activated by the three triggers that we created when a new employee is added, when a confirmation email arrives from IT, and when approval emails arrives from our manager. So it's very simple to parameter the tools and trigger. Now you know how. And as we parameter all of it, it's the right time to test. But to test, you can also publish it before. Usually we'll test first. as I'm quite confident about our agent. It's not the first that we did today. We can publish it straight away. Also, I recommend that you publish it after each modification that you do, and also don't hesitate to test if you want to check on each step that it works correctly. And when it's published, we can also parameter the channel to which one we want to publish it. As a reminder, when you set up it and it's published, on the right side of your menu on the top, you have multiple options. You can deploy it to a demo website, sharing point, or a Microsoft channel. We already know how to do it. We can select Microsoft 365 as we can add it to our Teams. And no need to open it in Teams. You already saw it in our previous demo, how it works in Teams. So just let's check that it's done correctly. Now we can see agent in Microsoft 365 as we can see agent in Teams. So all of it works well. And if you want, you can click and open your channel in Teams web app. Thank you for your attention. I hope you enjoy it. Don't hesitate to continue your learning, and let's come back to our presentation. In these 7 sessions, we discovered the power of autonomous agents. We learned how they operate independently and orchestrate complex tasks across systems. This concludes this session. I hope you'll join us as we journey through this course. I encourage you to watch other videos on this course or search out your next favorite topic on Microsoft Learn at ak.ms/learn. Thank you and hope to see you soon. Bye everyone!